welcome back. So we are on lesson number 9 today. This lesson has a lot of like house and community signs. It's a really good one. All right, so you guys ready to get started? Okay, so we're going to start with the sign for food or meal. Food. It kind of looks like you're picking up a piece of food and getting ready to put it in your mouth. So food or meal. Next is the sign for toothbrush. That's pretty obvious, right? So toothbrush. If I was saying brush your teeth, I would draw out the movement a little bit longer. So brush your teeth. And then the noun, toothbrush, would just be a quick, short movement. Okay, next is the sign for toothpaste. This one's also pretty obvious. It's like you're squeezing toothpaste onto a toothbrush. So toothpaste. Next is the sign for wash. General sign for wash would be like this, but really it depends on what you're washing. So if I was washing my windows, or my dog, or my face, or my body, this is actually the sign for bath, if you go up and down your body like this. So bath. Let's see. So it really depends on what you're washing. Washing dishes, you'd make the shape of a plate, and then you would go like this. So washing dishes. Okay, let's see. Next is a sign for car and also the sign for drive. So this is a noun-verb pair, like we've done some other ones in the past. So car would be like this, and drive would be a forward motion. So car and drive. Next is a sign for phone and call, and this is also a noun-verb pair. So phone would be a tapping motion on your cheek, phone. And then the verb call, it's also directional. So I would go call you or you call me. So phone and call. Next is the sign for text. This one's obvious too. So another noun verb pair. So verb text and then, the noun text and then the verb to text. So if I want to say, I'm going to text you, or you text me, and then text. Let's see. Next we have the signs for chair and sit, and this is another noun-verb pair. So chair with a bouncing motion, and sit just with one motion. So chair and sit. If you forget which movement is the noun and which movement is the verb, try to think about like if you were, like how the movement of sitting. Like when you go to sit, you don't go boom, boom. You go like that. So sit. So the verb matches the movement of the action. So chair and sit. Next we have airplane and fly. So airplane would be the bouncing motion, and fly would be the smooth motion. Obviously, when we fly, we hope we're not going like this. So the smooth movement of flying for the verb, and then the airplane sign would be the bouncing motion. Let's see. Light. Light is also a noun-verb pair, but the sign is different. This is a general sign for light. You kind of flick your middle finger from your thumb, light. So like, where's the light switch? Or Christmas lights or whatever. But then if I wanted to show like turning the lights on or turning the lights off, or a lamp, turning a lamp on or lamp off, or a flashlight on or flashlight off, verbs, then I would use this motion, this sign. Like think of a light turning on versus turning off. Next we have the signs for store and sell, another noun-verb pair. So store and sell. A store sells things over and over again. So think of store being the noun and sell the verb, a transaction, one transaction, sell. Next we have the sign for church. This one we're going to make a fist, and then we're going to use a C hand shape and tap down on our wrist like that. So our signing hand is the one that's doing the motion. So church. Not to be confused with chocolate. They're almost the same sign. Oh man, I wish they went together a little bit better. So church and chocolate. Let's see. The sign for movie. This one you're going to make a open palm, and then this one's going to be an open palm, and you're going to go like do a flicking back and forth motion. Kind of think of like the old movie projectors, like the reel would spin and the film would go through the reel. So movie. Some people do it with this palm down as well, movie or movie. Either way is fine though. Okay, next is television. This one is just the abbreviation, TV. Let's see, next we have computer. Computer actually has quite a few signs. I've seen quite a few. The one that I personally like that's the easiest, and it's a one-handed sign, is computer. So the C on the next to your forehead, like that. But I see some people go like this with like an arching, bouncing motion, computer. I also see computer or computer. I would really encourage you to look into your area and find out what people are using for this sign, because there really is a lot of variation. This is the one that I prefer and the one that I see the most. Let's see, next we have internet. This sign, you take middle fingers and you bring them together like this, and then you twist one side. Internet. This sign is the sign for connect with or reach out to. So think of how the internet connects us all, which is where that sign comes from, internet. All right, next we have email. All right, so for this one, imagine that this is a computer, so make a C, right? Now imagine that you can send messages through your computer to someone else's computer. So the verb to send an email would be a motion like that. So I'll send you an email, or you email me. The noun would be email. Now some people do this with a one finger, and some people do it with all the fingers. Either way is fine, I see both. So email or email, and then email you or you email me. Let's see, we've got, the next sign is the sign for watch or look or see. So think of this being eyes, look, or watch, or like looking at, staring, or looking at me. Eye contact, so, but just general sign for look would be like that, or watch. However, if I am watching something that is operated by a remote control, often people use the sign for watch like this. Think of like holding a remote control in your hand. Watch versus watch, if it's something that you would watch with a remote control. And again, this way is fine too. Just, I see this a lot as watching. All right, let's see. Next is the sign for raised. Think of a little person, the sign for child, getting bigger. So raised. Or grow up. So if I said, where were you raised, or where did you grow up? Next, we have the sign for perfect. I love this sign. We're going to make F hand shapes. That F is not related, in any way. It's just a hand shape. And then we're going to make kind of a flourish to this sign. Perfect. You can just do straight like that. Perfect. But a lot of people will make like a flourish to this sign. Perfect. Now, the next sign is very similar. It also uses the F hand shapes, but they alternately go back and forth. So in the word is explain or describe or directions. So it goes back and forth like that. Explain or describe or directions. Okay, next is a sign for new. This sign, and we actually used it in a sentence the other day, and I realized, I haven't taught that sign yet. But it goes like this, new. It kind of looks like for example, the sign for baby. Think of a new baby, a brand new baby, new. 3 more to go. Next is a sign for share. This one, you're actually going to put up your hand like this with your palm facing you. And then this hand is going to go, see how that works? You go back and forth, kind of between the thumb and the fingers. Share. Share. Next is a sign for meaning, as in, like, what's the meaning of that, or what do you mean? And it's kind of a strange sign, though, but you're going to take the V hand shape or the 2 hand shape, and you're going to twist it on your palm like that. So what do you mean? And then last sign on here is a sign for lousy or crappy. This one is done with the 3 hand shape, and it starts on your nose and goes off to the side and down. It's kind of like the movement for never, but it's with the 3 hand shape, and it starts at your nose and goes down. Lousy. Good. Okay, so in the grammatical part of this lesson, a couple of things I wanted to mention. One, modifying verbs. So for example, the sign for look or see. I can modify that to show staring, or like looking in each other's eyes, or looking up, looking down. That's an example of modifying verbs. Another one would be the lights, like turning the lights on, dimming them, really super bright and abrupt. So modifying verbs is something that you'll see a lot of in American Sign Language. And then the other thing I wanted to mention, when you're building sentences, we might have gone over this before, but when you're starting with the topic of your sentence, so the topic comes at the beginning, your eyebrows tend to come up for your topic. Think of it indicating like the capital letter of, when we write a sentence in English, we capitalize the first letter of the first word. So think of that as your eyebrows up representing a capital letter. It's basically drawing a person's attention in and saying, hey, pay attention, guys. This is an important part of this sentence. You want to get this. So eyebrows up. So let's do a couple of sentences for practice. Let's see. I want a new computer. So topic is new computer. So eyebrows up. And then my comment. So let me do that again. Okay, let's do another one. My house has no internet. Okay, and one more. Let's see. Did you brush your teeth this morning? So this morning, now morning, this morning being my time indicator, and then brush your teeth being my topic, and my question is, did you? So my eyebrows are up for mostly the whole sentence, because first you had your time indicator and your topic, and then the question being a yes-no question. All right, great job, you guys. Keep going, you got this. Thank you for being with me.